In the back there, in the back row.
Thank you, Raj. I'm not quite sure how to phrase the question, but maybe I need some insight to see if what I'm experiencing has to do with my sense of what's going on with myself. In a nutshell, I feel my life has been on hold for a number of years, and that I'm not an open extension of your love. Even though I feel your love, I do my course lessons every day. And
good girl.
I'm 3 stars. And but it's not the same as sharing with someone, being with someone, a brother with the same goal or a reminder. I've tried to extend it partially into my work world, but I found myself in kind of a constrictive situation at work. And I guess I'm in a rut, and I'm experiencing intense migraine headaches for the last number of months. And I guess I'm not sure what I need to do to allow what needs to be for me.
Well, first of all, let me ask you, what's your rush? You said you feel like you've been on hold for the last 20 years. Paul wonders sometimes. Here he's been talking to me for 18 years, and this is all that's happened? He's not awake, he's not further along. I'll put it this way. You don't have enough information in order to make a valid judgment about how far you've been moving or whether you're on hold.
I see.
You think that during these last 20 years you haven't been the transformational presence of love that has been a light in the world? Do you realize that being the transformational presence of love is so natural that it's not special? And that if you're looking for it to be something special, the absolutely natural thing that's been going on will seem like nothing was happening? And do you think that if things begin to happen, that you're on the road again?
No, because based upon when things have happened, it was real clear that that wasn't the road either.
It happens that reality is not at all attractive or addictive to the ego.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I am telling you that you don't have enough information to properly evaluate the last 20 years or to come to the conclusion that you've been on hold and that no movement has occurred. And I want you to remember that it isn't just about movement for you, it's about movement for everyone around you. It's about movement for the whole. So you didn't have a goal to be the light for everyone and be a transformational presence. And in the process of being that, most naturally, you have had that wonderful effect. And so much has been happening. It's just that it didn't have any of the earmarks of progress, of your definition of progress. Well, I'm just... What about me? Seems like not much has happened in the last 2,000 years. But I don't doubt that my life is not on hold. You got the point.
Thank you.
You're all welcome. Hands. The gentleman right here. I will tell you that you are next.
But I'm going to take a long time. Couldn't resist.
It'll be right after the break.
I've appreciated the Raj materials that I have, conversations with Raj, and I know from them that divinity is my birthright. And you have emphasized this weekend that we are innocent, and I'm right there with you. I would like some help with my family. Don't feel comfortable sharing Raj materials with my family, and I feel like if I did, that they would suspect once again that I'm joining a cult. And so, any help you could give me for I realize that just giving them love is about all I can do, and there you have it.
You know what? It's a lot more than sharing the Raja materials with them. Is your sharing love with them. You know, I don't talk to Paul unless he approaches me. Don't set up for yourself a difficult situation by trying to present something to someone who hasn't asked for it.
Well, my mother feels like I'm not going to church so that I'm spiritually void.
Spiritually?
Void.
That's too bad that she's having to live with that attitude that she's made up and embraced. What does that have to do with you?
Nothing.
That's right.
I also appreciated what you said about fear this weekend, because they live in fear a lot, and I've realized that you emphasize that it has no value, so that was good to hear.
All the more reason for loving them. You know what? When you dare to become quiet and reach out to God so that the penetration of love can occur within you, and it fills you, and it must find extension, And it must find extension in your awareness of the innocence of anyone that you would be extending it to. That love will never come out of your mouth in prose or in doctrine or in theological terms or in the words of the Course or in the words of Raj or in the words of Christianity or it will not come out in the words of anything that has been. It will come out in this utterly genuine expression of you. That's what you want to share with them. So what if you can't share the Raj materials? As I brought out before, everyone recognizes something that's genuine. And love always makes people safe because it's never coercive. It never has an agenda for you or for someone else. So, you're at no loss because you can't share the Raj materials with them. You can be the love with them, whether it's received or not. Just do it.
Right. Thank you.
You're welcome. And we will take a break. All right.
Thank you. I would like clarification on something that happened about a week ago in the middle of the night while I was sleeping. I had a sensation of, well, I'll say power, but that may not be the right word. Something on the ceiling that was vibrating, and this has happened at other times in my life, and I've always been very fearful of it, but understanding that there is no evil lurking there behind the corner, I understand that. But it was very ominous, and I did enter a state of uneasiness and fearful, and I just kept saying, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, until...
You were using me like a cross?
I was. No, I wasn't. No. Right, yes, that, in that essence I was. I was just, Jesus Christ, whatever you are, whatever that energy is. Mm-hmm. And so I would love to have a loving understanding about what that was about.
Well, your reaction was fear, of course.
Okay.
I do not want you to take this answer too literally. But the energy was a circular energy. And it was like a band of angels. It wasn't angels. That's the part I don't want you to take literally.
Okay.
But the picture I am providing Paul with is of very small angels with horns announcing something.
Like tooting horns, not horns.
That is correct. Yes, tooting horns.
Okay, trumpets.
Trumpets, yes. You see how important language is. It simply was a way to get your attention. And the message of attention was lovingly shared. And the next time it happens, I encourage you, if nothing else, to have the image of little angels flying in a circle, blowing on the trumpets. And then, in the absence of fear, I encourage you to say, I'm listening. I'm willing to receive what they are announcing the coming of.
Great. Because literally the house was just shaking, and I'm going, ooh, this is okay.
Divinity, the experience of divinity, can often feel powerful because you feel the fact that it's truth. You feel that it's significant. And if it is not a significance, quote, of this world, unquote, heaven help you what world it's coming from. That's the fear. You don't need to be afraid.
I hope I'll be brave next time. I do have one more question, if I may ask it, please.
You may.
Thank you. Can I affirm that you are the voice of Jesus speaking in the book Love Without End? Jesus Speaks by Glenda Green.
I confirm that, yes.
Okay, very good. And I was just wondering if you could talk about the adamantine particles, if it's appropriate.
It is not appropriate at this time.
Well, it's a beautiful picture of you, I'll tell you that.
Don't get hung up on it.
Well, I know I try not to, but it is gorgeous.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just a moment. The form you see in the picture is more of a stepping stone to me than me.
Well understood.
Good. The Course says, I am not a body. I am still free to be as God created me. And this is a statement that each one of you can read as a self-statement. And as I've said before, it does not mean that you are bodiless. What you are is consciousness. What you are is mind. And within consciousness is the conscious experience of form. Body. Body, 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 body. All form that you see is, you could say, the body of God. But what you see isn't God. You see the visibility and tangibility of God. And if you become preoccupied with the visibility and tangibility, you can become distracted from that of which it is the visibility and tangibility. If you become preoccupied with the form, as all of you have, you say, I live in the world, overlooking the obvious fact that the experience is that your world is going on in your conscious awareness. That is an obvious fact if your attention is pointed in that direction. You and I, every single one of you, and every single thing, object you see, is at one and the same time specific and infinite. I've said this before. If you become preoccupied with the specific, you can become distracted by it and lose the sense or conscious experience of the infiniteness of it as well. And this is what's being undone. The bubble encloses a tiny, apparently identifiable amount of everything. And that seems to be very specific. Get rid of the bubble, and what do you have? You have undifferentiated infinity, so to speak. An infinite, undefinable volume of air. So, at the present time, you are feeling separate from it all. You are feeling very specific and only specific. That's why you say, I exist in a body, I exist in a world. That's why you can come to the absurd conclusion that you're a temporary inhabitant of this body. But if this body is the conscious experience of the individuality that you are, and it's the visibility and tangibility of your individuality, the individuality you are, the God individualization that you are, then you would never talk about it being something you're in or something that you would occupy for a period of time. And in that frame of mind, you will let it be what it is without being impressed with it. And when you let it be what it is, it will forever be with you, and it will offer no complaints, because you won't be defended against this temporary host that may be inhospitable. So you see the picture, but I want you to see me. I want you to experience me. Because in experiencing me, you will spontaneously have an experience of yourself. Not as a body, but not bodiless.
Consciousness.
Indeed. As I've said before, when this becomes clear to you, you will be able to shift your attention from this living room to your living room and find your body has accompanied your shift of attention. You call it teleportation. But you will not have moved a body anywhere. You will simply have shifted your attention, and because you aren't identifying with the body, you won't have to move it by means of an automobile or an airplane or walking. I'm glad you asked the question. I'm glad I had the opportunity to clarify this with you.
Thank you very much.
I have not appeared to Paul simply because it would be a considerable distraction, and his tendency would be to think of me in form. And as long as that is possible, as long as it is possible for that to happen, I will not do it. Until he can stay in balance by connecting with me as consciousness, until he can remain in balance by connecting with me as consciousness, I will not present a form that would distract him from it.
But it did serve purpose for you to appear to Glenda Green for this.
No, I sat down and did something totally irrelevant. Meaningless. I said to the father, I'm going to go on vacation and play and do something meaningless.
Obviously, the picture's serving great purpose.
It is indeed. It is indeed. Just as what I am doing with Paul is serving purpose, one of the most important of which is that those who are afraid of me, those who have experienced great disappointment around me, who would not reach out to me, have a chance to connect with me, and by virtue of my behavior and my manner, have a healing of their distress and anger and fear. There are those who need an image, just as all of you have appreciated the image of the bubble or the circle. But I dare not give them the real image, because it would be too much of a distraction.
Too many trumpeting of horns or trumpets.
Yes. So many are afraid that coming face to face with God or coming face to face with me would involve spontaneous judgment and condemnation because they feel so poorly about themselves. They feel that they would melt into a pool of sludge because they are so awful. And so they do not dare to get anywhere near God or me. And so, in this fashion with Paul, there may not be my form, but there is Paul's, and there are Paul's eyes and Paul's mouth that can smile or convey gentleness or love, and there is a voice that is capable of conveying the subtle nuances of kindness that it's my nature to express. And then, of course, there's the capacity to express ideas that make it easy to understand why one doesn't need to be afraid of me. But ultimately, it's not about everyone experiencing me in this way. Ultimately, it's about everyone feeling safe enough to listen for me within themselves. To have the breakdown of the sense of isolation as an actual inner experience. That's the point. And it is my hope that you don't say, oh, it'll be wonderful to talk with Raj. I get to talk to him once a month. They're having gatherings finally once a month, and I'll get to talk with Raj. Or you can talk to me every minute of the day, in your house, in your car, at work. I hope you're beginning to do that. And then you can stop coming here and make room for those who don't have the guts yet. And maybe for some of you who are doing it, who have learned to allow it, your place will be a place where others can come